The pathways to scaling social impact are as manifold as the many social ventures that exist on this planet. Growing your own organization might be the most intuitive way of scaling your impact, but there are many alternatives which we want to illustrate here. The pathways to scaling social impact are located in between achieving direct or indirect impact. Whether impact organizations go for one or the other has consequences for 1. The control they have over the process, 2. How flexible they are in designing the process, 3. How quickly they can increase their impact, and 4. How much the scaling will cost. Direct impact strategies are typically more costly than indirect ones, but also offer a higher level of control. At the same time, flexibility and speed of the process are relatively low in direct strategies. For indirect impact strategies, the opposite is true. Now, what are direct and indirect strategies and what lies in between? On the direct side, we can think of scaling as organizational growth. On the indirect side, as dissemination or transfer. And in the middle, as affiliation. Let's start with growth, or what we could refer to as organic growth of the venture. A good example for this type is the Afringa app. Afringa is a job market app especially built for the African market. What is particular about it is that rather than through written applications, job market candidates can present themselves and their skills through videos. As the organization grew and expanded from one country to others, it needed to pair up with local hiring agencies to acquire relevant knowledge and also adapt specifics in the app to the local culture. However, the process was and still is fully in the hands of the venture's founders. A typical example for affiliation, in turn, is social franchising, and Recircle is a good example for how this works. Recircle aims to introduce a deposit system for takeaway food containers in major German cities, but the founder team did not do this from scratch. Instead, they are lending a holistic concept that was originally developed in Switzerland to establish the same system in Germany. Finally, indirect impact can be achieved through disseminating one's own competencies. A very timely example is the Wir versus Virus hackathon, organized by the German government and 7 civil society organizations. To date, with over 26,000 active participants, it was most likely the biggest hackathon of all times. It was a prime occasion for a large variety of individuals and organizations interested in finding effective responses to the corona crisis to provide their expertise and work together in a collaborative effort. One of the projects that was selected as one of the most promising outcomes of the hackathon is Pflegesterne. The project was created by the provider of an online care platform, a human resource agency in healthcare, and a digitization agency for social services. Each brought in, and to some extent preserved, their unique competencies to create this new initiative for greater impact. Pflegesterne is aiming to reactivate people in retirement or who have taken alternative career trajectories in the past but been trained in care in order to meet the current shortage of care personnel. Not all of these alternatives work equally well for all kinds of organizations, but it is important for social ventures to realize and seriously consider the many options they have for growing, spreading, or disseminating their impact.